Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Between Paint Jack's Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack and later still Lake Jackson. Boris behind the counter, that's Linda. How you doing?
Hi.
She's helping us out. She's my official camera person today, which is being really cool. Today we're going to do some more Tex-Mex that is definitely more Tex than Mex. I really don't like this one because it's just a flat-ass taco, but we'll get into that while we're doing this. It's going to be a really long one, so be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell. We very much appreciate that. You get notifications for all this kind of stuff. Be sure to check the link for our merch. We got aprons, fake hands, spatulas, spoons, and like, what the hell is that flipper thingy? Yeah. And a pot holder, too. Links all down the thing. Shameless plug over. Let's just get into it. All right, so this is going to be helpful. This is going to be good. So it looks like a lot of stuff. It is, but we'll get into it. You're going to want your ground beef or ground turkey or whatever ground meats you want to use. Beef for the beef tostadas. You're going to need the Tostada Shells, which is just flat-ass taco shells. You can make them out of like the corn tortillas yourself, but I'm way too white for that, so I just bought the package. Refried beans. I know, I can hear Andy throwing shit at his phone already. And then whatever you're going to dress it with. Salsa, sour cream, jalapenos, because this is Texas. You're going to want some onions, tomatoes, some lettuces, and cheese. I don't know what makes it Mexican-style blend, but it's Mexican cheese. Yay. And then another important thing you're going to need is over here. Okay, you're going to need the taco seasoning. You get the little taco seasoning thing for like 90 cents. Whatever. I forgot to grab it at the store. I'm an idiot. Don't hold that against me. So I'm going to make it with stuff from the house. I found a recipe, but it told me to put oregano in it. It's the whitest white people Mexican taco stuff ever, but you're going to need some oregano, some cumin. That's one of the important bits there. You're going to want some paprika and some red pepper flakes. Red pepper flakes if you want it spicy. If not, just leave that out. You're going to want your good old black pepper, iodized salt, all that kind of good stuff. And then garlic powder and onion powder because, well, let's do that. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do this first. Oh, and chili powder. Why the fuck did I forget chili powder? Just wasn't on the thing. So that's going to be your important bit you're going to need, some chili powder. So for your chili powder, you're going to want 1 big tablespoon of that. Just go ahead and put that in there. That's what kind of gives it the entire flavor you're looking for. Now, your onion powders, garlic powder, red pepper flakes, and oregano, you want to do 1/4 teaspoon. So that's the little bitty one that you can get. And just put those in there. Right? So just the 1/4 one. And that's your red pepper flakes. And, yeah, the oregano for some fucking reason. I don't get it, but it didn't make it taste bad. It didn't make it taste different, really. Couldn't really tell it was in there. Now, your paprika, you want 1/2 tablespoon, so I just used my 1/4 one twice, because I'm good at it like that. And then your cumin, you want 1.5 of your teaspoon, so I just used my 1/4 teaspoon 6 times. I had my regular teaspoon right there. I was just showing off, I guess, because I know numbers. I do not know numbers. I'm horrible at math, so it took me forever to do that. And then your actual teaspoon, you want your salt and pepper at 1 teaspoon apiece. All right, that's just your regular teaspoon. Again, you can add more to that. It's your own personal taste, but for your basic, regular, run-of-the-mill taco seasoning, homemade stuff, this is what you want to do, other than the oregano, which is weird, but it went on the recipe, so I tried it. Set that aside. Now, get you a can, get it open. That's just horrible. Get you a small saucepan or a pot, put that in there. You want to mash it down and put it on low to medium-low heat just to warm it up. Ew. I apologize, y'all. That's refried beans. Again, I can hear Andy yelling at his phone and wanting to slap me next time I see him, so that's the thing. So just put that back on the thing, let it warm up. It'll get there. Ignore it. All right, so get you a regular skillet. Get your hamburger, ground turkey, ground whatever you're going to use. Get it out of the chub, out of that little tube. Put it in your skillet, put it on medium to medium high, and then break it up. Don't want to let it just sit there and cook in a log, all right? Mind my arm. So I had to put it on medium low. So just break it down, break it up into smaller pieces. Smaller pieces means you have more of it, and it cooks easier that way. So while you're cooking that, letting that brown, you go ahead and slice up all your vegetables. Make sure all your vegetables are clean. I didn't show that part, but I hope you know that. Tomatoes, I try to dice those down as small as possible. All my other knives are in the wash, so I'm having to use my itty-bitty knife, but I got it from my mother, so thanks for the knife. I go ahead and I only did a little bit of tomatoes. I don't want a lot of that on my food, and then I left it halfway open so I could put other vegetables in the same bowl. Onions, same thing. I only did cut 1 ring out of these, and again, mostly because my knife is tiny. makes me feel, never mind. And just go ahead and cut those down. The smaller pieces are better because you don't want to just bite that giant chunk of onion. I mean, I do. I'm a giant fan of onions, but not a lot of people are. So dice those down as best you can. Set those in a bowl, set them aside. Don't have to put these all in bowls. You can just put them all on the same plate if you don't mind. So, oh, look, and if it sticks, you just reach and pull it apart. But you can put it all on one plate if you don't mind, your food touching, whatever. It's just to let people come by and dress their own tostadas and stuff. Now, lettuce, pull off some green stuff. I'm going to show you my secret trick. Get you some scissors and just cut it up. Some people tear it or just leave big chunks of it. Get you some scissors. You can take and whittle it down, man. A lot of people actually have dedicated kitchen shears. These are just my fabric scissors that somebody used on paper, so I had to use them on something else. And you can get really decorative and really artistic if you use scissors versus a knife or just tearing stuff with your hand. Watch, let me show you this. Look, you can take it, cut it all down, and you want to be decorative, you want to be sweet for somebody, like, nah, lettuce heart. And just throw it in there. I forgot that I was in there later when I was dressing. So, now you got that done. Be sure don't let your meat just cook on one side. Like I said, whatever's touching the metal will brown first. A shout out to all the people that told me there was at least 2 people that said they never cooked hamburger because they could never get it to brown because it always turned gray. And I told them that's just on the way to brown. So keep flipping around, put the meat on the metal, make sure that the pink stuff gets on the metal, and it'll cook it. Check on your beans. Don't let them stick on one side. They'll heat slowly. So keep slicing your vegetables while those are cooking. Jalapenos, you can just poke them, and you can just get your rounds like this. If you don't mind the traditional big hunks jalapeno, these are really good, fresh Texas jalapenos I got from over the HEB over here. So last time I used one, burning my lips pretty good. So just a heads up. I go ahead and cut these open, and I cut these veins out, mostly because the veins are just very bitter, and the seeds and stuff take away from the actual flavor of the jalapeno and stuff. And remember, all the oils in the jalapeno stuff are in the skin, so they're not in the veins or in the seeds. So it doesn't, make them less hot. It's that capsaicin is in the skin. So go ahead and just cut these down. Be sure to throw out the tips here, the veins, vines, whatever went to the plant. And then cut these up as big or small chops as you want. I don't mind big ones, but I like the spicy stuff. So take those and just put them in a bowl. Now, I put them next to my tomatoes because I don't mind. But if you have somebody that really doesn't like spicy stuff, don't put them with the tomatoes because they tend to cross-contaminate and get the tomatoes just a little spicy. So put those in there. And then be sure, and please remember, go and wash your freaking hands. You just cut jalapenos. It's going to make everything you touch burn, especially before you go to the bathroom. So now your meat, like you can see, it looks like it's almost done. You're going to flip it. There's going to be some hidden pink in there. So just make sure that's all cut down. And look, so you see all this grease? We're going to drain that. I'm going to show you I'm going to tell you how I did it later. So be sure to get all that nice and cooked. You get it nice. You don't see any pink. So we're going to go ahead and take it out. Drain all the grease into either a bowl so you can get rid of it outside or into a sink if you live in apartments and hate the management company. So once you get all that grease out of there, you can kind of see it here where it's all dry. You don't have that puddles and puddles of grease down there. You're going to get you some water. Now, I use about half a cup of water. Most of the packaging will tell you use a full cup, but that makes your taco seasoning or your tacos very runny. So I use half a cup. Go ahead and sprinkle in that whole taco seasoning we did earlier, and then keep it and mix it around. Now you're going to hear it starting to cook up. You're going to want the water to quote-unquote start bubbling, boiling and stuff while you're stirring it. Just make sure it's nice and coated. Let it finish browning while it's in there. The taco seasoning put in is going to brown it. It's going to turn it darker anyway, so just keep an eye on it. Once the water and stuff in there starts bubbling pretty good, you should be fine. But make sure it gets a nice stir. Get that taco seasoning on all the meats that's in the skillet. And make sure it's all warm and nice and brown. And again, if you come across the pink stuff, just let it keep cooking. You're going to try to knock that out beforehand, but not. Here you go. You can see your beans in the background there are heating up a bit. The chunk that was on the side is sliding down because the heat's getting to it. So that means the refried beans are nearly done. I mean, they're pre-cooked, so all you got to do is really heat them up. So don't worry about that too much. So, see where it's nice and bubbly there, what I was talking about? I just move it from heat, take it off of there, kill it, and you're set. Now I'm going to show you how to quick dress one of these. Get you some of the refried beans, which my friend Borg, she told me that you have to have beans on a tostada because that's what keeps the tostada together. If you get these dedicated tostada shells, they're generally thicker than most of the stuff, and they hold up really well. Like I was expecting to bite into it and it was just going to shatter and go all over the place. These actually held up really well, so I'll give a shout out for that. This Mexican pizza that they did was pretty good. So put your meat on it, kind of smear it all over, kind of hide the taste of the beans. hit it with some of your quote-unquote Mexican blend cheese. I don't know, but you want it near the warm stuff. Hopefully it'll melt a little bit. Put your onions if you want to. Again, this is all to taste, man. If you just want meat and tostada shell, get at it. Like, I judged nobody by their taco or tostada choices at this point, unless you put something really weird on it. But, you know, lettuce, tomato, some jalapenos. It looks like a salad. That way you're convincing yourself that you're eating healthy. All right, and then I use sour cream. Other people use just like straight salsa. Some, if you get like a fresh pico, which we've done videos for that, should be a link down the doobly-doo. That's outstanding. Now remember, you don't have to use the hamburger stuff. We've done this before with just the straight beans, but I figured I'd show how to do it with the meat stuff. That's Jack's idea. He told me how to get it done. And then you can dress it this way, hit it with a little salt and pepper, done. These are great. This was 1 pound of meat. It's well under our budget is what we did, and it made at least 6 tostadas. So if you're serving it inside something else, that's a full meal. If it's just one person, that's at least two meals. And then I think there was 2 of us. We had some, and then we had some left over. So this was outstanding. Here's even one that I just did bare bones, just beef, cheese, just a little bit of stuff, nothing extra. Like, I'm never gonna judge you for what you want on your tostada, man. That's just one of those things. So if you want to try this, please do, man. Get into it. It tastes amazing. Even the taco seasoning with like an oregano in it, which was nice, but it works. Hey, and I did brown right there, and I did the salsa on top. See, there you go. So yeah, this is amazing. It's super cheap. It feeds everybody, and it makes everybody feel different because it's not just it's taco night. It's tostadas. It's a little different. It's flat, and it takes a little bit more. I don't know, talent to eat, I guess would be the way to do it. But yeah, try this one. And there you have it, folks. Homemade tostadas that are homemade. It's tostadas, man. Like, it's a flat taco. I can't tell you what else it is. But if you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, you want to see us revisit this, let us know. Put it down in the comments. That's what the comment section's for, is for comments, apparently. And arguing and converting other people to your way of thinking, from what I understand. It's never worked for me, but whatever. Let us know down there. You can also find us on social media. You can find us at Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. You can find us all those at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. We had to shorten it over on Instagram down to Living Between. And again, shout out to all our patrons. Thank you very much. Couldn't do this without you. Thank you again. And I'll see you next time, man. I'm going to go eat some more tostadas.